Chapter 19. Becoming Whole. Without a happy ending. For most of my life, I waited for the happy ending. The full circle moment, the reunion, the redemption arc where everything broken was magically restored, and I could look back and say, it all worked out. But healing taught me something different. Not every story ends with what you hoped for. Not every journey gives you what you lost. Sometimes, the healing is the ending. I didn't get the fairy tale. There was no dramatic reconciliation, no final kiss in the rain, no waking up one day to find everything I once shattered put back together. But what I did find was myself. And that, I've come to believe, is the real happy ending. I became whole without the relationship, without the title, without the family dinners or the old routines or the feeling of being someone's forever. I became whole by piecing myself back together after the love faded, after the mistakes echoed, after the grief sat with me like a shadow. I learned how to sit in a room alone and feel peace. I learned how to look in the mirror and see someone I was proud of. Not because she was flawless, but because she was honest. I learned that being whole didn't mean being restored to who I used to be. It meant embracing who I had become. I stopped waiting for closure from others and started giving it to myself. I stopped replaying old conversations and started creating new ones, with God, with friends, with myself. I stopped needing validation to believe I was worthy. And somewhere in that process, I stopped mourning the life I thought I was supposed to have. Because the life I have now, the one built on truth, boundaries, softness, strength, and self-love, it's mine. Not borrowed, not dependent on someone else showing up, not waiting to be rescued. There's power in learning that you can grieve and grow at the same time, that you can cry over what didn't happen and still be proud of what did, that you can miss someone and still know the door should remain closed. My happy ending didn't come with a wedding dress or a second chance at the life I lost. It came with a quiet morning, a clear mind, and a heart that no longer begged to be filled by someone else. It came with the realization that I don't need to be chosen by someone else to choose myself. Becoming whole was never about arriving somewhere perfect. It was about returning to myself, over and over again. It was about learning to trust what I know now, not what I wish had been different. It was about releasing the fantasy and embracing the freedom. And that freedom, that peace, that wholeness, it's not loud, it's not flashy, it doesn't demand applause. It just lets you rest, fully, finally, knowing you are no longer defined by what left, what ended, or what didn't last. You are defined by your becoming. And wholeness, I've learned, doesn't require a happy ending, just a truthful one.